Morning and thanks for watching. Today is the last day of May. I'm Pat LaChapelle and I'm working more on my stock market tool. So before I get into it, I'm going to go over the project, my goals, my structure for the code base, and what I'm up to today. Today I'm working on automating the live trading infrastructure. So last week was a pretty exciting advancement, milestone in this project. So I started this project at the end of last year. And last week I started paper trading on Tuesday. So here are the results. I'm tracking the paper trading inside of, and yeah, this is the plot of the returns so far. So I'm tracking it live. I have three different strategies I'm looking at. They're all the same base strategy. I'm just changing the exposure scaling based on the volatility, and I've set some different volatility targets: 10% volatility, 25% volatility, and no volatility target. Um, but this is taking a really long time, so I'm documenting all of this by hand. I don't want to have to do that. It's very cumbersome. Takes a long time to do. Um, Basically, yeah. So rather than do this, and the problem with this is if I so after I went live on Tuesday, my streams for the rest of the week, it took up basically the whole stream just documenting these results. So um, I don't want to. My goal is to paper trade for a month. If the model performs well, then I'm going to go live with the strategy. If it doesn't, then I need to search for something more robust, which I can implement. So the problem with documenting this by hand is if I'm spending all of my time documenting the paper trading stuff, then I won't have time to work on the strategy. And if this plot doesn't look good after a full month of trading, then I'm going to be back to square one. I'll just have lost a month of time and I'll have to start exploring new models. So while paper trading's going on, I want to work on improving my strategy. So in order to do that, I'm going to need to update the live trading infrastructure. So let me get out of there. So yeah, let me go over the overview of the goals. What is up today? I have such a hoarse voice. The goals for the project. So I have two goals. My first goal is to beat the S&P 500 by a significant margin while staying market neutral. So the S&P goes up on average 6% per year. I want to do 3 to 4 times better than that and get 18 to 24% per year reliably. But it should be market neutral. So I shouldn't have to worry about bull regimes or bear regimes, regardless of what the market average is doing. This strategy should generate reliable returns. So I'm writing all the code for this in Python, and my secondary goal is to create a usable tool that anyone can use to create these sorts of models for themselves. So if you're interested in that and you want to create a similar strategy to what I'm doing, I don't have the exact features and targets that I'm using because I don't want to share my edge, but you can go here to the GitHub, the link's in the description, and you can make the strategy for yourself. So what I've done so far is this back testing section, and I'm working on this live trading infrastructure. So in terms of back testing, you can back test a strategy. You can create a universe, everything I'm doing here. Create a universe, use that universe to train a returns model. Your returns model could be flexibly defined with any technical indicators, with any look back range. You can make features in your target, and then you can make a portfolio strategy on that. So you can do all of that in under 100 lines of code. Yeah, check it out if you're interested. Download it, fork it, let me know how it works, let me know how I can improve it or anything you'd like to see added. And of course, if you find it useful, please star the repository, watch the repository, and follow me on GitHub. That stuff really helps me out. It helps me helps raise my coding profile and helps me get freelance coding gigs and coding jobs. So the first step is to isolate a stock universe. So I have data going back to 2011. The link for that's also in the description if you're interested. But you don't want to use everything. So different things move differently. Financial instruments are going to move different from common stocks. And so you want to isolate some universe of assets that are going to move in similar ways. So in order to do that, I'm defining my universe as I'm only using real estate investment trusts, ADRs, which are foreign companies listed on the US market, and common stocks, which are things like Apple or Tesla. And the reason for that is all of those have similar price movements. And then I'm filtering out the top liquidity, filtering so that I only keep the top by total liquidity, because you want the strategy to be scalable. I'm also trimming out everything that's under $5 a share because I don't want to be trading on penny stocks. So I have my universe. I'm using that universe I'm feeding that into a returns model. I've defined a bunch of features and targets that work well. And I'm confident this returns model is working well. And so the final step is to implement that into a portfolio strategy. Basically, take the output of the returns model and decide how to allocate capital accordingly. So, like I said, I just showed the flowchart on the GitHub, but here's the flowchart again. So this backtesting infrastructure is done. I can make backtests really easily, but I need to work on this live trading infrastructure. So I have a strategy, and basically I just want to feed that. The strategy knows what portfolio I'm using and what model I'm using. So with those two things, I should just be able to, from the strategy, read in the strategy and then just get the positions for the day. And that will basically automate the paper trading infrastructure. And that will put me one step away from automating the live trading infrastructure. The only thing, when I go live with real money, and the only thing I'll need to add is some interface with a brokerage so that I can open and close positions based on what the model's saying. So that's what I'm working on today, is finishing up this bottom part. And yesterday I implemented the portfolio strategy, but it wasn't working. But I just gave that to Claude. I said, so, well, it worked, but the portfolios showed different results. So you see that here. So I gave it to Claude, but apparently I wasn't scaling the first one. So I'm rerunning this with both of them scaled in the same way to see how they do. So let's see that. So this is the output of the first strategy, the old one I was using. That was the volatility and the returns. Here's the full strategy. Now let's exit out of that. And we should see the same results for the new strategy. Now I'm also having this problem where it's not saving. So let me give that to Claude and say, why do I get this error? Hey, Global. Good morning. Good evening. Good evening to you. So it's the same day, huh? Same day for you, new day for me. Although I guess I was technically working on this early in the morning. The last stream went into early in the morning, so I guess it's the same day for me. All right, good. We should be troubleshooting that error and then getting the returns plot. It's kind of cold in here, so I'm going to grab a sweatshirt. I'll be right back. And they still look different. What was different here? Oh, buffer multiplier is 1.5 in the old run. and defaults to 1 in the new run. But maybe I shouldn't be using that buffer multiplier, because look, this looks better. Let's see what the returns look like. So this one had a return of 25%, max drawdown of 30%. That's the new strategy. Oh, this one's still unscaled. Did I not save that? Scale equals 1. If scale equals true, set the scaling parameters. Yeah, why is that still running unscaled? So let's compare this to the 25% I got here, which was with the old strategy. So basically, if it is true that these two strategies are the same, this is comparing the different buffer multipliers. So 25% returns. Oh, but 30% drawdown. This only had a 24% drawdown. So this has lower returns and a higher drawdown. Okay, so that's not good. So let's put in buffer multiplier. Now scaled HRP 1.5, so we should be good. All right, so let's see what this does. And then let's see. Oh yeah, I forget a comma every time I update that. Hey, Hike. Good night. Good evening. Good night. Good night sounds like you're going to bed. What new results do you have? Return should be like 30%. Wait, for what? What are you referring to? Return should be 30% and max drawdown would be approximately 10%. I haven't achieved that. That would be really nice. If I could get that, I would feel like the man. Okay, what was I? Oh yeah, so this is gonna tell me how to fix the error. The error is from one field in the metadict model folder. Let me confirm what portfolio.open actually assigns to it. When you load portfolio with portfolio.open, line 52 does, which is a pandas series, not a string. The fix is to coerce it to a plain string when building. In build, coerce the model folder to a scalar instead of storing it raw. And then in save, add default equals string. Okay, that seems pretty easy. Show me what lines to make the changes in, as well as what code to delete, if any. Okay, so here's volatility and returns. Here's the strategy. Okay, so let's put this into the PowerPoint. I'll just copy this slide. Oh, dang it. Oh, I didn't save it. Alright. Well, we could just put the output here. Let's get the code. I won't show the plots, I'll just show the numbers. The numbers should be exactly the same. And if they're not, then we have a problem. So here we go, scaled HRP. I don't care about that, so I can make this guy just go to there. Okay. Let's put this guy in. Okay. Here's the results here. They look roughly similar. So let's see if we get the same output. 1.2042. Hey, terrific. So these look the same, but let's compare them in the PowerPoint. One 1.2042, 25.06, 1504.24, minus 23.94, 559, 1.0468, 53.99, 13.94, 35.12, 3.3, 41.84. Hey, we're good. Okay, so let's put a note in here. And we'll just say on prev slide I was leaving old strat unscaled and using buffer multiplier equals 1 in new strat. Okay, and let's make this guy orange. And then let's make another one. And just say the outputs match exactly. Make it green so we know we're good to go. Sharif full screen? You mean share full screen? Is that what you're saying? It's not sharing? It looks like it's sharing my full screen. Is it not? Oh, is it being cut off or something? Oh, it's frozen. Why does this always happen? Okay. Sorry, Hike. Let me fix that. Screen capture. Okay, so these are the new results. We get an exact match. So we know we're good to go with the new back test. Oh, let me make that fit. And then put me on there. Good to go. Okay, so the outputs match exactly. So we're good to go with the new back test, but it's not saving. So let's see if we can fix that saving here. Self.data equals portfolio data.copy. Delete it and put. Wait, what? This is a real fix. You're replacing one line with four. Add this single line. It sits right after that. Okay, so we'll say self.data equals portfolio data.copy. Let's go to portfolio 2. And what was that again? Self.data. Self.data equals portfolio data.copy. So let's search for that. And then after that line, we're going to put this guy in here. So say get attribute of model folder. Okay. Oh no, find that line, delete it, and put these 4 lines in its place. Why is this going so slow? Maybe I have too much stuff open. Do 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 do. Bum 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 bum. I have no choice. I have no choice. Alright, so delete it and put these 4 lines in its place. So let's find self.model folder. Why is this not? Okay, there we go. Self.model folder is equal to get attribute something. So self.model. Oh no. That was in the wrong backtest. Because we have multiple, but I just want the general backtest. Walk forward portfolio. Good, that's in. Find the single line. Oh, so we want to actually delete that self.model folder. Delete it. Replace it with this. Okay. And save a 1-line change. Find JSON dump. and save. So that's it. There's 2 saves. All right. Are they different or is it exactly the same? Good. So is it meta? Yeah. Default equals string. That's all we have to put in. Okay. So let's just say, oops. Okay, let's take off the old strategy now. And let's rerun it. See how we're doing. Okay, so this is making it so it saves it to the strategy folder. Now from the strategy folder, we should just be able to open a strategy and run it for today. So this, I kind of need to fix this flowchart because we're feeding data. Oh, because we're updating the data. Okay, so let me change this because let's go back to is it this guy? Yeah. Okay, so here are the results. And it's saved, so let's go look at that. Let's look at the configuration. 4 longs, 4 shorts, hold for 5 days, rebalance every day. That looks good. So info. Oh, why am I using that? So this is the walk forward from 2014 to 2015. Oh no, is that what I was using in live strategy? Okay, what about this? What's in here? Model folder, data start. So we're getting the portfolio for model 28 walk forward. So let's say now I'm having a new issue. I'm using a walk forward. Whew. Okay, let's change this flow chart now. So we don't need to feed all this stuff in. Universe folder, model folder, strategy folder, because that's all held in the I do want strategy folder. Let's get rid of those. view. Help. Can I make background dark? Oops. That didn't change anything. But, oh, that's all you have to do. Diagram, background color. Let's make it dark. So what if I just link this guy? All right, let's see if this guy gave anything. This is an important distinction to nail down precisely. Yeah, I know that. Both the old and new backtest classes only ever read portfolio.data of predicted return. They never load a model. So neither class uses the first fold model for the whole series. Both run on the proper per year walk forward predictions. Your backtest numbers are right. But the strategy folder records. That's where the first fold only came from, and it was my fault. Okay, I don't care whose fault it is. In build, replace these 4 lines with this. Okay. Why is this going so slow? Let me exit out of some stuff in my computer. I think I have too much crap pulled up. So sorry, this is kind of boring. I just need to go through and exit out of things. And let's see how my, what's it called here? Oh, activity monitor. because if we go to memory, memory's not full, but we could clear it up definitely. Okay, we want that guy. I can exit out of some of these. Okay. Let's go back to here. So memory's going down. Okay, good. We want all that stuff. So now what else? I have a bunch of PowerPoints open. Exit out of that. Sorry, this is kind of boring. I need to exit out of things, but I have a billion PowerPoints pulled up for work, so I need to save them. Okay, here's this workbook, but we can save this. Also to explorers, changing, look back. I'll just call it May 2026. We could exit. This guy we want open. This guy we can close. That guy I can close. This guy I can close. Okay, almost done. That was a false start at paper trading, so I'm not going to save it. Well, that didn't even help too much. Okay, but let's see. I mean, this is just so glitchy. So that's working better now. I know, hey, I got lucky. I have a good computer from work. And, when did all the memory become so expensive? Wasn't that like last year? So I got it in 2024. Yeah, I would say I'm a pretty lucky guy to have this computer. Extremely lucky guy, actually. um, so what was I changing? That's the one I just added. MF equals get attribute. So let's look. MF is equal to get attribute. Yep. So it's these 4 lines we want to replace. Very good. Now, there should be an if else. Yeah. In save, write the metadict. Replace that whole thing with this new thing. So from the meta definition down to os.path.join, meta down to the join, we replace with this guy. Well, it doesn't depend on the fold model files still existing, but I should be able to go look through them. You'd reload through walk forward portfolio using those fold folders. But if you ever wanted to regenerate predictions from scratch, say to extend the series to new dates, but I should be able to. Hey, Soul Water. Oh, well, what do you want to talk about, man? Chess? Are you depressed because your chess league people aren't making the draft isn't going well, or what? But I should be able to update predictions. But I should be able to extend the series to new dates using only the strategy folder, because the strategy folder contains information which gives the path, hey mom, to the portfolio folder. Why did the strategy folder contains information which gives the path to the portfolio folder. Then I can recreate the portfolio from the portfolio folder. I don't need to actually do that. But I should, using only the strategy folder, because the strategy folder contains information which gives the path to the model folder. Man, well, you need some projects, Soul Water. You need something interesting that you're passionate about. What are you interested in? What do you like? Chess? Markets? Do you like coding? You need a good project to work on, man. Yep, yeah. We most people don't put their full names on their YouTube, but I guess that's what we do in my family. Okay, I'm gonna go get more coffee really quick. Hey, buddy. Good boy. Now that the fold model folder paths, the strategy folder is a sufficient entry point for regeneration. That said, I want to be precise, blah, 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 blah. Having the path is necessary but not sufficient on its own. Two pieces are needed to actually turn those stored paths into extended predictions. The plumbing piece. There's no method today that takes the stored fold paths and regenerates from them. Scans its subdirectories for folds. It doesn't accept an explicit list of fold folders. Walk forward portfolio.get model data. So everything you need to rebuild a fold. Hey, buddy says thanks. Yeah, well, that's exactly what it is. It's French. It's a French name. It means the chapel in French. La Chapelle. My ancestor was a Frenchman named Langlois. 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 I don't know how to say it. But then he built a church and changed his name to the church. Oh, great. One fork I can't infer from the code, and then it doesn't tell me what it is. Store walk forward folder in meta.json. Add a regeneration method. Strategy folder that reloads the folds from the stored paths. I don't want to repredict the history. This shit's confusing. Yeah, I'm part French. Most Americans are an amalgamation of a bunch of stuff. But I would just say I'm American. Well, okay, so I don't want to save that. I want to go here and let's just try running that and we'll see what the save does. So let's run it. Okay, so it should be saving. Are you now saving all folds to this strategy or just the most recent? And how big is a model folder? Because if I do want to do strategies where I'm updating the model every day, so so if we get the model, where are the models? Just look at one. Let's see how big it is. 1.7 megabytes. So it's not tiny, but it's not enormous. What's taking up most of the space? Oops. Not that. That should be small. Really? The model is a megabyte? That's kind of surprising. That should be really small. So if the size is 326 bytes, why is it 4 kilobytes on disk? I don't get that. But we finished running the strategy. Those are going to be tiny. So let's go back to the strategies. So we can pull the most recent walk forward fold. So we can pull the most recent model. We can pull the most recent model, feed it the data, and then make predictions for just today, and then feed those predictions into the HRP. So I think there is a function that exists in here. Save. Okay, let's go up. Positions for latest day. Target book for the most recent date in the data, using the same selection, weightings, and sizing as the back test. Returns. Okay, so if date. Oh, we also need to add something here. So test open test gen strat open is equal to 1. Yeah, but mostly they are British. Well, our culture's British. We're part of the Anglosphere. Good night. So this tests opening the saved general strategy from the folder. Okay, so let's add the logic for that. So if we want to do if test gen strat open is equal to true, then what's the function? So plot volatility, set scaling params, plot, print results, run, compute target positions, build, init, build a config from an explicit object or from a legacy keyword args. What? Build. Run. Ooh. I added open alongside save. Hey, global. Wait. Good day today. What do you mean? Today's a good day? You're having a good day? Really? That's in there? Oh. I guess it is. How did I miss that? Okay, so test the open. We're gonna say if we go to the top, so when we're initializing, the model tells me 26% in 1.2 years, but not gonna lie, seems a lie to be, need to be very careful. Oh, so you have a model? 1.2 years isn't, my intuition tells me that's too short of a back test. What do you think about that? You think it's not too short of a back test? Um, but 26% in just over a year, obviously, that's excellent. What's the volatility? What's the drawdown? What's the Sharpe ratio? Um, oh, so they default to none. So you can say strat is equal to HRP backtest. And then we can say strat.open. This is optimization. Save, open. Strat.open. Let's open this guy. And then let's say this. And then let's plot it. And then do I have like creation date in here? Probably would be in meta. Oh. Quick look. So why does the data end on May 1st? Oh, maybe that was the last time I updated the portfolio. Okay, I'm going to run to the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back. I have no choice. I have no choice. Bum, 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 bum. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. Um, so what were we doing? We output this guy. So let's see how that matches. Let's make a new. Get rid of all this crap. From saved strategy folder. Okay. Now, let's put this guy in. Oh, did I not set that to 1? Test gen strat open. Strategy.run. Strategy saved to. So when was that created? Modified today at 2:07 p.m. Let's just make sure this is saved and then run it again to confirm, and then we could put these screenshots in. Oh, so this is gonna fail, right? In the old HRP backtest, did I have an open? So if I do strat.open, this should fail. Oh. Good. Okay, so that must have been the previous thing running. So instead, let's say this. I'm calling it strat. Oops. Call it strategy. Okay, so we got results for the whole back test. Let's put this in, and then we can compare them. One point 2042, 25.06, 1504.24, 23.94, 559, 1.0468, 53.99, 13.94, 35.12, 3.3, 41.8. All right. So we're good. So now we have a strategy folder saved, and we can use that to we can open the saved strategy folder, and we have the same exact strategy. So now, the question is what to do now. So do I want to update the portfolio, pull data, update portfolio, run strategy? So let's try GenStrat recent positions. So back to here, HRP backtest, we have open, save, positions for latest day. So this is a 25% scaled strategy. So let me listen to some music. So let's think. Let me finish putting music on. trading dates. So the back tested, I don't want to change. The strategy should use the most recent version of all OHLCV to I want positions for latest day to not require portfolio reconstruction. Okay, so let's give it live strat 3. And you will need something that do the work. Use mic for speaking with it natural. Last week got embedded in the apps. Wait, what's that mean? Use the mic for speaking with it natural. Last week got embedded in the apps, having a blast. And you will need something that do the work. If you don't write manually the first 1-on-1 lines or 3 lines. I'm not sure what any of that means, Global. Oh, you're talking about the IDE you're using. Yes. Well, that's nice, but then don't you think it's kind of like scatterbrained? When I've used the IDEs, I can't get them to work well, but Sir Night Night said that the anti-gravity is shit. So maybe that's just my problem, is I wasn't using a good AI IDE, but I just don't feel like I really need it, because like building the infrastructure should be a slow grind where I'm certain every piece of it works, and then the real creative part is developing the strategies and models and universes. Look at Opus 4.8. You have a microphone. If you do copy paste, better have an IDE. So what about the microphone? You can just talk to it, you're saying? Why the current positions for latest day needs the portfolio. It reads cached panels. Hmm. What, the microphone tool, really? Okay, so I have some work to do today, so I'm gonna switch over, end the stream, and start doing some work. I'm gonna get back to this later today with a second stream, so be sure to tune into that if you're interested. Be sure to subscribe if you're interested in this project. I work on it every day. And thanks for watching. Have a good rest of your day. Adios.